जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना।
नंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना।
यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय जगन्नाथ जय बालदेवा जय सुभद्रमा।
जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमा।
जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा।
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा।
गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा।
गुरुदेवा श्रील गुरुदेवा।
जय जय गुरुदेव Gurudev, Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
जय जय जगन्नाथ बल्लेश्वर महारानी की,
Jai
और निताई की,
Jai
श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की,
Jai
प्रहलाद महाराज की,
Jai
नरसिंह भगवान की,
Jai
प्रभुपाद की,
Jai
गुरुदेव की,
Jai
अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद की,
Jai
गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hari Hari Bol.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter Canto 6, chapter 13. Indra afflicted by sinful reaction. Text number 1. Shri Shuko Vacha Vrate Hate Tayo Loka
Vitrehate Trayo Loka
Vina Shrakrena Bhurid
Vinashakrena Bhurida
Sapala Hai Abhavan Sadyo
Sapalaya Bhavan Sadyo
Vijvara Nivritendriyaha.
Vijvara Nirvritindriya.
Shri Shukdev Goswami said, O King Parishit, who are so charitably disposed, when Vritasura was killed, all the presiding deities and everyone else in the three planetary systems was immediately pleased. When the somebody's mic is on, can switch off. When Vritasura was killed, all the presiding deities and everyone else in the three planetary systems was immediately pleased and free from trouble. Everyone, that is, except Indra.
Except.
Text number 2. Vijavara Nirvitendriya. Okay. Everyone who is except Indra. Devrishi Pitra Bhutani Daitya Devanuga Swayam Prajita Jag Muhaswadishnayani Brahmeshayandriya Dayastataha. Thereafter, the demigods, the great saintly persons, the inhabitants of Pitraloka and Bhutaloka the demons, the followers of demigods, and also Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the demigods subordinate to Indra all returned to their respective homes. While departing, however, no one spoke to Indra. Purport by Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In this connection, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments, Brahmashendradaya iti Indrasya swadishtanaya gamanam na upadate vritta vadha kshana eva brahma hatyopadravva prapate tasmat tata iti annena manasa sarovarat agatya pravartitat ashvamedhat parata iti vyakhayam. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the other demigods returned to their respective abodes, but Indra did not, for he was disturbed at having killed Vritasur, who was actually a Brahmana. After killing Vritasur, Indra went to Manas Sarovar lake to become free from sinful reactions. When he left the lake, he performed an Ashwamedha Yajna and then returned to his own abode. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Sarupa Damodar Swamiti Namini Namasa Bhaktamanaye Manipurudbhavaya Cha Srila Prabhupada Lasatwani Pracharinatayate Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya
It doesn't.
Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today this new chapter started. King Indra afflicted by sinful reaction. So here in the first, these two shlokas, is basically that Indra was not very happy by the killing of the Vritasur, by killing Vritasur. So it was required, it was duty. At the same time, he was also a devotee, a Brahmana. So naturally, there is a nature of genuine personalities, advanced personalities, that If because of them somebody gets pain or they get afflicted by something, then that person feels remorse or feels unhappy inside the heart. Actually, everybody who gives pain to others will certainly feel unhappy. Uh, Only thing is that person may realize it or person may not realize it. Uh, One may superficially uh, try to forget it, neglect it, but then this thing will internally, in his internal thoughts, in his consciousness, it will give him trouble, basically. So and Indra is not an ordinary personality like us. He is very exalted. Though there are some things always little bit here and there, but he is also a very exalted personality, and so he realized he felt unhappy uh, by the because you feel that because of me, uh, such and such a devotee, such and such person has been killed. One side is the reaction, sinful reaction, that is one part, but internally in your heart, like like in Ramayana, and then our Bharat ji felt tremendous remorse, tremendous pain that because of me, my elder brother is suffering. The Lord Himself. So uh, these are feelings of a genuine personality, and so though he did not have any instruction from his father uh, to go to lead that kind of life, but he was living outside, leaving the material opulence, just out of tremendous affection for the Lord, and also out of remorse that though he was not the cause, but he felt because of me, my brother has to suffer. So like this, there are so many instances in our Vedic culture, Vedic tradition, uh, that the idea is that it shows uh, what are the thoughts and heart and mind of a good personalities. This is the lessons to be learned for us. How they think, how they feel, how they behave. Uh, then this guides our actions, guides our life, so that we can edit our life, our mind. Like in biology, you talk now mutation of the genes. So here, Krishna consciousness in our spiritual culture, there is a mutation of our mind, mutations in the mind, changes. Mutation means changes, corrections, editing. So seeing these people, seeing these beautiful qualities, thoughts of these people, one can learn. Uh, that's actually the saintly people. They are the gem for humanity. Their behavior, their thoughts, their actions. So they guide. They are the real guiding light. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, no? The behavior of a saint, of a sadhu, is actually script, is actually dharma. Uh, So like this, these uh, these examples, these narrations, these beautiful remembrance by Shukdev Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam is to guide us, to help us uh, how the saintly people think. Then and then, so we were not able to copy them. It will not be possible to copy them. Never. It will never be possible because there's a unlimited gap between us and them. We are very small. Not only small in every aspect, very small. But then, take for example, Sanatana Goswami also. He met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mood he is expressing. Prabhupada writes that he is a leader, he is actually the leader of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, but the way he presents to Mahaprabhu that Ami kichu nahi jani, I don't know anything actually. It's not just words, it's the feeling. Like many genuine scientists also get that feeling because those who really study science, that is why they become very humble, very genuine, that really we don't know anything. Hardly a few pebbles, few grains on this ocean of vast reality of vast universe. So that kind of mood is that forms the core, the crust of our spiritual culture. Actually, everything is whole thing is decided in our journey that while doing seva, our mood slowly gets refined and improved internally. So that guides. So like Sanatana Goswami said, अपने रहते किछु नहीं जानी, ग्राम में व्यवहार पंडित से ही सत्य मानी. Means I don't know what is really benefit for me, and people in general consider me a great scholar, and I am also foolishly thinking that I am also a great scholar. This he said this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke so beautiful words uh, describing that how you are such an exalted personality that you can deliver the entire universe. Means very beautiful verses here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cited from scriptures glorifying Sanatana Goswami. But then, but when Sanatana Goswami said such and such, and then he said because the basic thing, though the basic thing I don't know, who am I? Ke ami ke? I don't know actually this. So like this, by seeing these personalities, one can see the little ABCD I know is nothing actually, nothing, because I do not know where my life is going, who am I. The foundations of our human life I have not known or do not realize, then what is the value of my ABCD scholarship of any sort? So these are lessons to learn from both sides. From science also we can learn. Very nice, the founders of modern science, beautifully they realize and then express, oh really, we don't know anything at all. Like even this, one of the physicists, Richard Feynman, he is also very famous. He doesn't come under founders, he is a recent man in this last century only, 1950s or so. But he's also very famous because he was also very quite intelligent and brilliant, and he was in Caltech. So, and he also good contributions in quantum physics. But then, and though he had little atheistic inclinations, but then he is pondering the meaning of it all. Why there is anything at all? Why all this universe? Why at all anything is there? So we can learn such a brilliant scientist in a recent times also. He is pondering over what we know. We don't know anything. There are beautiful lectures on that. Though his inclination is a little bit other side, but the person is still realizing the limitations, and the mood becomes a little better. And if you go to the founders of science, there is unlimited humility to learn. Those who have given us today modern science. So similarly, in spiritual side also, the saintly personalities, their mood, their behavior, their activities, they guide our life. Uh, Starting from our own master, and then acharyas, and then all these personalities. So of course, so important thing is that we have to make a balance in everything, like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, na, in Dhyan Yoga, in chapter 6, that neither too much, yukta ahar. So neither too much eating, neither too less eating. None. Similarly, the asana, not too high, not too less. Ati, na ati ucharet, no, not too high, right? The balance is important. Similarly, in the remorse also balance is important. Means I should not be too less remorseful or too much remorseful. Means little remorseful is important, so as to cry and pray to our master, to the Lord, that I am done such and such mistake I am doing. Please correct me, improve me. At the same time, and because too much, too no remorse means there's the other side is also one is arrogant and he feels that no, there's no mistake on my part, and even other more another level is others are really cause of this mistake. So there's a higher problem. But the other side balance is that too much remorse also is not good. That way you become too much guilty, and your activities will stop, and you will not able to do anything. You become very nervous, less enthusiastic. So balance. So balance is very important. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, not only for eating and sleeping, for everything in life, including this regret. So these things we can learn uh, from uh, from this lesson, from Indra's lesson, from Indra's this remorse thought, such and such I have done wrong. And what to say of harming a Vaishnava? Brahmana is a subset of Vaishnava. Brahmana means who knows Brahman, and Vaishnava means who knows Vishnu. So Brahman is a subset of Vishnu. So Brahmana is a subset of Vaishnava. So what to say of harming a Vaishnava? So that way one can never be happy, here and there, other on this world and that. So it's impossible. So these things we can learn and improve ourselves gradually, praying for our Guru Mercy. Like our Shripad Maharaj, uh, yeah, we can see these things, one can see practically when you meet him, see him, his behavior. Then one side we can read and hear scriptures, and also we can see practically those things in the life of our master, because seeing is believing, right? So similarly, all these qualities one can see in his master in person, then becomes very easy to comprehend. Of course, uh, uh, there is no end to it, and Lord is the last limit in these qualities. But by His grace, uh, we can proceed. So we'll stop here for today. We'll keep it. If there are any discussion, short corrections, improvements, or additions, deletions, please can share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranam. Yeah, it was short and to the point discussion. Yeah, so if anyone is having any question, they can raise the hand. We can take questions from the students if anyone is there. Yes, Nilma Prabhuji, please. You can be a bit far, or if two devices are nearby.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Pranam.
Dandat Pranam. Acha, I just saw Maharaj be louder. My sound is okay, huh?
Yes, Maharaji, we were able to hear.
Oh, okay. Yes, yeah, please.
I couldn't understand about when you are telling this moroseness. You have to balance moroseness.
Best is not to have morose at all. No, I was not saying about moroseness. Remorse. Regretful, remorse, guilty. Not morose. Got the idea?
Yeah, even that also, how you will balance? Like it's automatic, natural feelings, right?
Yeah, this is what our journey is. That natural has to be edited properly. Means uh, there are different shades of it. Like if you go from negative axis to the positive axis, means from far remote, suppose far negative, means suppose a person A does some mistake, somebody does some mistake of any sort, whether other knows or not doesn't matter. So then he feels that because of these people, others, this person, that person, this mistake has been done. This is committed by because of this. Though he has done it, but he feels because of this organization, because of this group of people or that person, this thing, that. So that is one. There is a far remote corner, far negative, that instead of what to say of realizing on mistake, one is putting guilt, one is putting criticizing other. Then you go further lesser. Well, a person feels, and then on that you can go further negative also, that you start criticizing and opposing, and then you got little lesser side. Well, he doesn't feel that any mistake he has done. Well, it is okay. This is not a problem, and so he doesn't feel any mistake at all. So there is arrogance there still. The higher level of arrogance, this is lesser arrogance. Then lesser is, well, I have done mistake. Yes, I have done mistake, and yes, so this much I accept at least. I have done mistake. Okay. So and then positive side you go further. Now this side, positive side you go, well, I have done mistake, and I will ask pardon for it from my seniors, from my Lord, from my master. So that way you are now positive side. So So one may speak it, or one can internally cry, pray, such and such mistake I've done, please pardon me. And so in Krishna's eyes, that person is treated as sadhu eva mantavya. He is treated as sadhu. Because today he is doing mistake, but eventually he will come out. Because he realizing that he has done a mistake, and also praying to relieve him from this mistake. So that Krishna is still considered sadhu. Because mistakes will happen. This is natural. Because we are impure and we are trying to be pure, right? So and then and then he goes on the journey, and at the same time he is praying and improving like this. But then further side is that if we just keeps on thinking about the mistake, and then becomes too much feeling guilty, and then we become tremendously morose, nervous, and not doing anything, that is also harmful. So that is also not good. So that is why we said balance about remorse or guilty. Keeping a balance means not to be arrogant, feeling the mistake, praying for improvement, trying for improvement, at the same time not getting lost in that, and uh, even the very solution for it. What is the solution? Keeping engaged in service as per the orders and instructions, that itself gets affected, then how will really the problem will be solved? So that's what we mean, that the balance in this situation also is required, and also in balance in every aspect of life will be required. Any aspect, too less or too much, uh, will not be uh, beneficial. Is it clear? Hmm? Okay.
Yeah, now I understood this balancing part, but in moroseness part, I didn't understood how we will balance actually.
No, I think there's some confusion between moroseness and remorse. The word, it looks like you're mixing. They are two different things. We are not talking about moroseness. We are talking about regretfulness.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, Maharaj. Yeah, I'll think. Alex. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, thank you, Nilmada Prabhuji, for that question. And yes, any question by any more students? We can take one more question if anyone is having. Okay, our senior student has raised that.
Who is the senior student? Our Govind Maharaj.
Yes, yes, I'm a student, Maharaj, also.
Maharaj, if you are a student, then we are students of students.
अरे भाई इतना तो प्रमोट कर दिया, सीनियर बना दिया.
Yeah, true actually. Yes, हम लोग सभी student. Maharaj, yeah, please add and improve and correct.
No correction, Maharaj. It's just as you said, confusion. Just removing little confusion. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, the moroseness and this remorsefulness, they have the same connotation. One is just the cause, other is the effect. That's all. So he's stuck with the effect. The cause is when moroseness is due to remorse, it's very good sign actually. And then he will do true paschatap, prayaschit. The paschatap and prayaschit. So remorse or moroseness means paschatap. And then he will do proper prayaschit to really get out of the trouble. In world, what happens many times, people they do paschatap out of regret. Out of regret means I am done injustice, or bhog raha hu. Due to and out of, they are two different things. And so when people finish their saja or whatever, their regret remains, you know. But when remorse, something has been I have done, then he just really wants to purify oneself. It becomes very good. Like Parikshit Maharaj, he put, he's such a pious king, most religious and celebrated by all the Brahmanas, and somehow or other, when he put the dead snake in the neck of the rishi,
Right.
and then he was already feeling that yes, I have done very horrible thing, and something is going to happen, and I'm welcome. So he welcomed. So when he heard about the curse, he was not breaking out. He was just feeling so remorseful. But at the same time, this curse became the medicine. जब पश्चाताप प्रायश्चित करना पड़ता है पश्चाताप करते हुए, then it becomes very powerful thing. So he was feeling this, but Krishna has just freed me from all these obligations, worldly obligations, and he was thinking that I become so much involved in the world affairs or the kingdom affair, all these things, and now Krishna has directly pulled me out. And he even glorified the curse as a blessing. So it depends on the consciousness. And so in our case, anything, sometimes we get sometimes insult from a god brother, or somebody tries to put me down or anything. Actually, that's when the question will come, where I become more remorseful or morose. The subtle difference comes. Because actually, everybody is doing us a favor. This is I try to observe myself. Everybody being an instrument of Krishna is, other day, a few weeks ago, our Srikant Prabhu gave a wonderful dissertation on this, that everything is Krishna. But when it comes to the person, on our personal behavior, then we forget that everybody is an instrument of Krishna.
Right.
Definitely. So that way we can see that how much injustice has been done to us, and we have deliberately embraced all the injustices in the name of material attachment. But now when this is our opportunity to free ourselves from material entanglement, and the closest person is the God brother. And if you can see him, definitely an instrument not only of Krishna but also of Guru, of Sri Guru. It could be a wonderful journey, and we will never be out of it together. And we have to pull and push. If somebody pulls and pushes us, we should see only as a blessing, no complaint. So Guru Maharaj's verdict was that we have to enter, we have to go through the no complaint zone before we are allowed entrance to the absolute realm. So we sort out any complaining, anything left, residual effect even of it, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah, complaining can be replaced by appreciating.
Yes.
Nice, Maharaj. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj. Maybe we can conclude for the day.
Okay. जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Jai.
जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
गुरु महाराज श्रीपाद महाराज की
Jai, jai, jai.
His Holiness.
all the assembled Vaishnavas की
Jai, jai, jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari. Maharaj ki jai, jai, jai.
Jai. Thank you one and all for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.
Hari Krishna.